coming out of this, obviously part of what we wanted to do with these conversations is, yes, there are difficult situations at the moment, but as in all these things, we talked about experience, things do improve and things do come back. So what, if any, positives do you see coming out for out of the business landscape, both for the country maybe, but also maybe for West Coast?
Well, I think one of the things that we've really seen is that there's going to be a lot more remote management, remote customer engagement than there has been before. And that's going to help the world, I think, in its environmental issues. And you're seeing perhaps our biggest environmental cost at West Coast is the fuel that we all use traveling backwards and forwards to customers and to conferences and that sort of thing. So I think that is going to be a big, big plus for the world. The second thing, I think, is that people are really going to focus on how important their IT is. And the IT industry, which of course we sit at the heart of, is absolutely going to be more critical, perhaps, than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And this thing is that we probably already thought it was utterly critical. So I think people are going to look at this and go, I'm going to make my business continuity plans more robust, my data capability more robust, and people are going to invest further in IT. So I take you back 6 weeks, if you can remember that far back, David.
Yeah, well, yes.
It
seems like a long while ago. So yeah,
we were all talking about AI. We were talking about robotic automation. We were talking about 5G. Well, all of these things are going to get accelerated as a result of this, because people realise that all of these technologies are going to be critical for the success of their businesses in the future. And this whole thing has probably brought this into sharp focus at the moment. Although, as I say, I think a lot of people have been managing in the present, just making sure that they've got themselves organised to be able to go forward now. But that's beginning to change. I'm beginning to look at what's going to happen in the future now. And I think I would put myself in that category too, is that we're beginning to try and say, how do we come out swinging?
Yeah, and you talked about that pessimism. I think that's important. Are you now planning, like you mentioned earlier, for this to be how it's probably going to be most of the time over the next 12 months? So I have to plan my business around that.
I think the answer is yes. And there are a number of things that's going to be positive for our business. So as an example, I think a lot of businesses will have rushed into their business continuity planning, and therefore there'll be a surge of product that they need in order to make their business continuity plans and people working from home more robust. So we're going to see a second surge, I think, as people come back to work and IT managers begin to try and improve everyone's lot there, and you're going to be more investment in end user compute there. I also think there's going to be a vast amount of education focus, largely to make sure that the government don't leave any student behind. And this big focus now that we've got on a one-to-one scheme to make sure that there is no deprived student left behind. Well, West Coast is sitting at the heart of that entire effort at the moment.
I saw that about the laptops, getting to kind of certain kind of disadvantaged children and families getting those laptops there and that sort of thing.
That's exactly right, and there will be a lot of them, and West Coast, as I said, will be delivering to all schools and all of those products on behalf of a number of vendors and resellers over the course of the next few months to try and get that done, and we're doing it quickly. So a really exciting project, but one that is going to be extremely difficult, and we're really going to put a lot of effort behind that.